Hey, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be some more Gears 5. So we've had a little dance with the devil yesterday, and the devil taught me one or two things. I realised that, although not often, occasionally I do have a little spark of passion for the game, and occasionally I'm going to put that into video form. You people at home seem to really enjoy when I talk on the game. Now, personally, I might not be playing it, and I might not be as involved in the scene as I used to be, but I occasionally have some thoughts and feelings. And today I wanted to share some breaking news that Elevate Matt Adrenaline is beginning to lose it. He's beginning to have enough with the game. Now, who is Matt Adrenaline and why am I mentioning this? Well. Matt Adrenaline is basically one of the only people to be partnered in recent times through purely playing Gears. So he's one of the biggest Gears streamers there is, and he's beginning to snap. I said yesterday that he was considering maybe changing game, that he's been having a few up and down experiences, and I know what that feels like, Matt. I've been there. I've played this game every single day streaming it, and I'm having game after game that's just broken. The matchmaking makes completely no sense. I'd be okay if I'm playing sweaty games all day and I know what I'm getting, or I'm playing noobs all day and I can chill out, or there's just a nice balance of people in the lobby, but it's fucked. It's one or the other. It's this or that. It's not consistent. There was no elo system. It's not working. And I get your frustration. Trying to play that game like semi-full time, it's really frustrating. And people will say, oh, come, blah, blah, blah. No, I get it. It's completely frustrated and you're valid in your criticism, just like the Razor'd Edge was valid in his criticism, which he backed out of when he said that the matchmaking was fucked. And when a TC member asked him, he basically went, yo, it's not a criticism. Well, it is, and it's valid. And today, Matt Adrenaline, he's had enough, really. Let's have a look. Let's dive into it. And you're probably wondering, why am I covering this? You know, why am I covering this topic? Why am I speaking on Gears when I said I wouldn't? Well, I realised something. I have a limited skill set, and I think one of my good skill sets is being able to discuss and talk. And the topic that my subscriber base appear to be interested in is still Gears of War. So I'm just doing this now purely for content. And I am doing it purely to say thank you to the fans that have supported me for so long. So if there's something that I feel a little bit passionate about, I will make the video for you. Because I want to give back to the community, and the way I can give back to the community that have supported me is a little bit of content. So I may not be not longer playing the game anymore. I might not be interested in the scene or as heavily involved in it, but I do occasionally have a little spark where I do want to chat on some things, and today is one of those days, so I will produce the video. Now, Elevate Matt Adrenaline directly tags the Coalition Studio, and he says, once upon a time I couldn't get enough of Gears 5, but the lack of development and sad excuse for a multiplayer experience has led me wanting to smash my glorious head off a wall. Every match is inconsistent and the matchmaking is pathetic. Cheers. Now this, in the most roundabout way, is him saying, this is fucking ridiculous. I can't handle it anymore. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. What have you done to the franchise that I used to know? That's what he's saying right now. And I get it. I completely get the frustration, Matt, because we've been there. Anybody that's put a significant amount of time into creating content, whether it be in VOD form for YouTube or highlight videos or montages or whatever, they've sunk a lot of time into the live side of things. They've tried to entertain. It becomes more and more and more difficult, doesn't it, Matt, to entertain? I have been there. I've been there where people are stream sniping me, coming in my stream, talking all kinds of shit, all kinds of abuse, which is documented on the channel, which TC don't want to hear about. They don't want to hear about the fact that for a year I was abused live every single day, but I kept promoting their product with videos, and they don't want to hear that. No. They've got their blinkers on. They've got the horse blinkers on, and sorry, I shouldn't mention animals. Might get myself suspended, but you know, Matt has had enough here, and it took a while for a response, but a response came from TC Shawnee. And TC Shawnee came out and he said, hey, Matt, I can appreciate the direct feedback. I'd love to know more about what the issues are. Let us know. Now, I'll be honest. TC Shawnee is beginning to rub me up the wrong way a little bit. I really, really rated TC Shawnee at the beginning, and I thought it was a breath of fresh air, and I wasn't sure about the Octus transition from TC Octus to Shawnee, but I thought Shawnee seems to be quite directly involved in all of the things, but I'm beginning to sense that it's just appeasement. It's just appeasement from Shawnee, saying what needs to be said, just to quash the swell of flames, shall we speak. Because we all know that TC Shawnee will not respond to me. He will not respond to other people that have been directly conscious and given feedback in a fair but true manner. They will be suspended, or they will at least be cast aside. And let's not forget, guys, let's not forget that I have shown example. These are not, this is not me speaking from a position of hatred. These are factual examples that I have shown on my YouTube channel time and time and time again, that if you give direct feedback on the game Gears 5, the of War was taken out, Gears 5, if you give direct feedback, the threads will be shut down and they will find any reason for you to have the thread shut down. And it's not right, is it? It's not right. So we have Matt Adrenaline, one of the biggest Gears streamers, potentially leaving. We have people like Ericats for the win, a 15k or 10k, 11k, 12k, wherever she's up to now, streamer, YouTuber, leaving, and all of her friends leaving. We have other streamers such as Hawk and Load going to play Apex Legends. We have people dripping out of the scene all of the time, and it's beginning to crumble because there's only so much you can take. There is only so much you can take, and eventually you will get sick of playing the same people, the same sweaty lobbies or the same easy lobbies, the same broken matchmaking. You will snap, and today Matt Adrenaline snapped, and I completely feel for him, and I understand it. Like I said, I've shown examples of, say, TC Sarah completely shutting down direct feedback on the forums. Remember that video? People that give the direct feedback that Shawnee so claims to want, tell us what the issues are. It's false. I'll tell you why it's false. In Operation 8, they've shut the game down, basically, and it's finished. So let's be real, right? Why would TC give a single fuck about what Matt Adrenaline would have to say if he actually went and took all of his time out and made the video and made and documented his experience? Because the game's basically shutting down in Operation 8 anyway, so nothing's going to get done. It's utterly hilarious to me, as somebody that gave probably the most direct feedback in the scene, and I'll be confident in saying that because I didn't see anybody giving as much feedback as me. Maybe towards the end people started doing dev stream reviews. I noticed that people started to do the dev stream reviews because maybe they noticed I was getting some views or whatever it was, they wanted to give their thoughts. I don't know. There was some feedback coming in towards the end, but at the beginning I was very direct in my feedback and very fair. In fact, I was so fair that time and time again, developers messaged me to tell me that they were watching my videos in the studio and that it was so good that they were penciling in meetings. But here's what happens, it seems to be, at the Coalition. They told me they were penciling in meetings. These meetings never happened, or at least the feedback was never passed back to me. So what ended up happening was kind of like, hey, I'm going to watch your video, and then you'd never hear anything again. Maybe they did discuss it in the studio, maybe they did watch it, maybe they did take some thoughts and feelings, or maybe they just pushed it aside and thought, I'm going to reach out and tell the person that we're going to listen to it to appease them, because that's what it seems. Again, I've had multiple developers tell me that they liked my videos, that they watched my videos, that they were going to pencil in the meetings, and they would directly contact me to say that they appreciate the feedback and they liked it. So as somebody that gave direct feedback, as somebody that, say, play tested the game for 3 weeks straight, I play tested the new ranking system for 3 weeks straight, documenting every single win, loss, average score, positions. This is the shit that I did. I did a ton of work. And it just got told to, yeah, we might look at it, we might not. I remember, say, Dana would say, oh, yeah, I really did appreciate that feedback on the netcode analysis. I'll get to it. It never happened. So why on earth, I ask the question again, would anybody waste their time? Why are they pretending to care and pretending that they listen to direct feedback when it's the complete opposite, isn't it? I believe that Livo has left a comment which I'm interested in reading, because it's very, very true, and we'll switch back screen and we'll show you. I'm really not trying to be rude, but look at what happened when people in the past have tried to give direct feedback. It's too late. The community have been treated too badly for too long. It's getting damage control now, and it's genuinely a shame that the route it's taken. To add, I could spend hours showing you clearly what every single issue I have is, and I would. I've done it before. But the issue number one is, it's not appreciated, so why should I? And number two, it's just boring, Shawnee. It's just boring. It could work flawlessly, but it's taken such a boring direction. And I get that. There are people that are talking about all the changes that have happened in the game, right? From 4v4 to 5v5 to forums to, you know, there's a ton of stuff here going on. And I say to you guys that are here trying to give the feedback about skill gap, about movement, just stop. And I tell you to stop as somebody that's done it. And I tell you as somebody that's been in the position. A lot of you are probably there making points, praying that one day it gets listened to. Well, let me tell you, I've had the developers in my messages. Eventually nothing happens. What will end up happening is if it ever gets to a point where you do reach a position where multiple developers do enjoy your content and do think your work is valid, they will shut you down and they will silence you. And again, this isn't hearsay or this isn't speculation. It's what's happened. There are people that give feedback that gets completely shut down. So that's the breaking news today. The breaking news is that we're still reaching out, asking people. We're still reaching out, asking people for feedback. Just stop. I'm telling you guys, don't give them any feedback. They don't deserve it. You shouldn't do what I did. Don't sit down for 3 weeks and play 3 weeks of ranked and document everything and make tight videos on all the tight, intricate mechanics in the game. That's their job. That's their job. They're asking you to do their job. Hi, can you make us a video of everything that's wrong with the game? No. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. This is unpaid volunteer work through forums, Twitter, and YouTube that you're asking for feedback. Okay, I get it, right? If the game's just beginning and you're a brand new company and you're like an indie company and you're wanting the new fans to explain to you, hey, can you give us some feedback? I get it. But when you've been through Gears 1, 2, and 3, you've had all that years of feedback you can look at. You've had Judgment's feedback you can look at. You've had even Gears Tactics feedback you can look at because of the theme and the way the game played. You've had all of Gears 4 and all of those meetings with pros and non-pros. And you've had all the tech tests from Gears 5. You've had all of the operations, all of the developer playlists. And you're still asking for feedback. What more feedback could you possibly want? If you can't... If TC cannot see where the direction is the game they want to go by now, they never will, so don't waste your time. And again, the game's ending in Operation 8 anyway, guys. That's it. I remember even Shadow saying that it was called Operation 8 Survive because he's just going to try survive. Because he doesn't know what the future holds. And that's what it is, isn't it? I just think it's really disingenuous to come onto the Twitter and pretend like you now all of a sudden really want feedback, because it's not true. All that was a PR maneuver of I'm going to reach out and just stem the flames a little bit and pretend that I've listened. So that's the news. Matt Adrenaline's had enough. Streamers are leaving, and I can hear the beat of the drum starting to play. The end is near. The end is near, I'm telling you. The funeral will be commencing soon. This was Z. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. If you've got any thoughts, leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. I don't know when the next Gears video will be. I only have a limited amount of passion left for the franchise, and occasionally I get a spark and I might do a video, but there are no promises. But keep subscribed, keep supporting the journey of me transitioning to different games, to different content, seeing what happens on the channel. I don't know what's going to happen, but I tell you, I'm here for you boys and girls. Let's do this.